Mr. Lucerne.
So CPF is an important institution to help Singaporeans prepare for their retirement. It affects Singaporeans in a direct and tangible way. I support the CPF Amendment Bill, which grants greater flexibility in CPF rules and simplifies various CPF processes. This will allow the CPF to better support Singaporeans at various milestones in their lives. That said, I have 3 points of clarifications to make. First, I seek clarification on what will be considered a significant condition, particularly in related to autoimmune diseases. The new Section 15AA allows withdrawals to be made by members who have not reached 55 years of age, but are suffering from a significant condition. Additionally, the amended Section 77 will provide that the Minister may make regulations, including to provide that a condition is a significant condition only if approved by the Minister and causes disability of a description or to an extent specified by the Minister. Can Minister confirm that this is not intended to limit all significant conditions to only conditions that cause disability, and that the Minister retains broad discretion in determining what conditions are deemed significant conditions? Can Minister also clarify if serious autoimmune diseases, such as those included under the CDMP, will be considered and included as significant conditions? Early withdrawals will ease the burdens on these patients by giving greater liquidity to manage their finances. The increased financial support and flexibility by allowing CPF withdrawals before reaching 55 years of age will be immensely helpful to patients of autoimmune diseases. My second clarification relates to the reimbursement of funeral expenses on the death of a member with no CPF nominations. The new Section 25A provides for the reimbursement of reasonable funeral expenses, but only to a beneficiary, which would be persons entitled to the CPF monies under various rules. In reality, funerals are often arranged expediently upon a person's death. Loved ones may not know how much CPF funds are available, how much they can use, and indeed whether they are even beneficiaries at all. This may lead to confusion and stress over funeral arrangements. I have 3 suggestions that would help. 1. Can the Ministry publish guidelines or framework to help beneficiaries understand how much funeral expenses will a CPF public trustee typically agree to defray? 2. Can the Ministry expedite the process of informing beneficiaries of the nomination and of the CPF funds available upon a member's death? And 3. Can the Ministry allow the public trustee to reimburse reasonable funeral expenses to a wider class of beneficiaries who have incurred these expenses in good faith? The death of a loved one is always painful. I'm glad this bill helps soften the blow, and I hope the CPF board will consider my suggestions to take further steps in that direction. My third clarification relates to the option to apply for a refund of money transferred to the top-ups retirement accounts before 1st November 2008. Currently, I understand that retirement accounts top up before November 2008 are returned to the giver when the recipient passes away. The repeal of Section 19A changes this, and such top-ups are no longer returned to the giver. What are the reasons for this change? Members who made top-ups before 1st November 2008 would have done so based on their understanding of the rules at that time. Certainty of the rules is important for members to have confidence in our CPF system. By changing the rules and allowing a period for refunds, could this lead to a risk of an exodus of funds from retirement accounts as members choose to exercise this option? Will exceptions be made to allow for the prior rules to apply to members with valid reasons? Next, the Retirement and Re-employment Amendment Bill proposes to give older workers the option to work longer if they choose to do so. Our older workers are treasures troves of experiences, and our younger workforce has much to learn from them. I support this legislative move to allow them the flexibility to work longer should they wish to do so. In line with this short bill, I have 3 short points of clarifications to make. My first point is about the minimum retirement age. Section 4 of the Act is being amended to constrain the minimum retirement age the Minister can prescribe. Currently, Minister can prescribe a minimum retirement age of anywhere between 62 and 67 years. With the new amendment, that shrinks the range to between 62 and 65 years. Can Minister clarify why this range has been reduced? I understand the government's current plan are only to raise the minimum retirement age to 65 by 2030. Is the amendment merely to align the new law with the government's stated plans? Or is there some other reasons for legislatively tying ministers' hands on this matter? My second point is about the differentiated retirement and re-employment ages. The bill appears to tweak the minister's powers to specify retirement and re-employment ages. The bill empowers the minister to prescribe each age to any class of employees. This is new language not present in the current Act. The term class of employee is not defined in the Act or in the bill. Can ministers share whether this change is meant to give the minister the power to apply a differentiated retirement age and re-employment age to different types of employees? Can ministers share if the ministry has plans to apply differentiated retirement and re-employment ages to employees in different sectors? My last point is close to my heart. Today's bill is about senior workers, but I would also like to emphasize the importance of senior volunteers, which I know is outside the scope of the bill. Specifically, I would like to emphasize the importance of not discriminating against seniors who serve in volunteer roles. We have made a strong stand on discrimination at workplaces based on age. We're now proposing to increase the retirement and re-employment ages to give people the opportunity to work longer. Can we also ensure there is no discrimination based on age when it comes to volunteerism? It seems contradictory to say that someone is not too old to work but is too old to volunteer. Volunteers may start their community involvement only late in their lives. They should be given the opportunities to serve an appropriate amount of time. I do agree in leadership renewal, but restriction on leadership tenure should be based on time served and not age. It is clear that volunteers help to shape our society and country into a better place. They make time despite their busy schedules and out of goodness of their hearts to help others. If a senior volunteer's age does not hinder his or her performance in any way, there is no reason why they should be discouraged from continuing their good work. We should be rewarding them instead for their kindness and desire to give back to our society. In the same spirit of this bill, senior volunteers should not be discriminated against, and we should similarly take a strong stand on this. Notwithstanding these clarifications, sir, I stand in support of both bills.